Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce Cinematics video session 19. So after doing a lot of videos on filter where we learned about filters on data layer as well as on designer layer, that is the data set. Today let's do a little bit of a different topic. We will cover the append node. Okay. So basically there's a node called append node. It's there on the data flow as well as on recipe. I think maybe we will cover the data flow part today, and maybe if time permits, we will cover it today or maybe in the next session. Fine. So firstly, as you know, we already have the local log, which is fine, and we already connected the external log in our very first session. Okay, I showed you that part, right? Now, what we are going to do is there's another org. Okay, so I have another org with me. I will connect that org, and after that, I will show you what needs to be done. So, firstly, let me just go to my profile very quickly. So in my profile, let me search the login range. Yeah, it's the login IP ranges. Okay. So let me give this part. So this I'm doing because I don't want to give the security token when I connect. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I will go to this connect to data. I will connect one more source so that, we can understand the Append node in a proper manner. I will go to add connection, and this will be my Salesforce external connect. And let me give the connection name as uh, 𝑵𝒐𝒅𝒏, something like that. Okay. 𝑵𝒐𝒅𝒏. The description will be same. Fine. And as far as I remember, the developer name should have an underscore, I feel. Okay. And let me give the username very quickly. Okay. So yeah, I think that part is done. This one is fine, API name. And let me click on save and test. I think I made a mistake here. It should be 1 minute. The username I gave as incorrectly. It should be 𝑵𝒐𝒅𝒏. Okay, now let me click on save and test. Okay, as you can see, the connection got stabilized, which is great. And now what I'm going to do is let me refresh the screen. Okay, let me go to connect to data and let me select this 𝑵𝒐𝒅𝒏. Let me take the account, okay, and let me take a few fields as of now very quickly. That is ID, name, and where is the industry? Let me search for industry here. And industry, okay. Let me click on continue. And let me click on save. Okay. And just to ensure that I get all the latest data, what I'm going to do is I will also run the sync of all my org for account, because we will deal with the account over here. So let me run the account of this one as well. Okay. And as well as let me run the account of the ones which I have done right now. Okay. So this is fine. And this external part which we already had, let me run for this one also. Okay. So in the meanwhile, the sync is running. Let me go for an SQL query very quickly. So I will just write here, select name from account. Okay. So it give me the total count. So as you can see here, the total count is 1003, and this is my second log. So I'm always differentiating with one blank tab. Okay. So wherever you see ea.com, that is my internal Salesforce Analytics log, and where you see this ABC116, okay, that is my another external log which I already created earlier. Okay, and this is the new one which I created. Fine. Developer com 2BD, and it's something like ABC. Okay, ABC116 is second external log, and this one is developer.com is the 𝑵𝒐𝒅𝒆 which I created. Fine. Anyways, this is just to differentiate. So let it run, and in the meanwhile, I will also query in this org as well. So let me just, yeah, this is the one. And here I see 13 records, and in my last org, I see 13 records as well. Okay. So for this 𝑵𝒐, I see 13 records. And if you see for this dev org, external dev org 13, as well as for my internal org, I see 1003 records. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I will just, I think this also ran successfully, which is amazing. Now I will go to Dataflow and recipe. And one more thing is here, let me just quickly check if there's a filter. So I can see there's a filter for account in my Salesforce external. Let us quickly check what is the filter for that. Okay. So if I click on the filter, it's given something like this, right? So one way is, I can completely delete this kind of filter, which is one way. Or another way is I can just write ID not equal to null. Okay. So let's see if I write ID not equal to null. What will happen is by default, it will also take all the account records. Okay. ID not equal to null is another way. Fine. So let it happen. So now basically it took place, and now I will again run the sync. Okay. Now let's see, monitor this one. So as you can see, the sync once again ran successfully. So now we don't have any filters for the 𝑗𝑛𝐶 for the external as well as for the internal which I ran earlier. Okay, because I gave ID not equal to none, so it will give me total records. Fine. So now what I'm going to do is I will just go to this data flow. Okay, and here let me just create one more new data flow. Let's say name it as session 4. Okay, let me click on create, and here what I'm going to do is firstly I will take the SFDC digest node, and here I will just write account internal. The source object will be, of course, account. Okay, and for now let me go by ID. Okay, and let me go by name. Fine. Let me click on create, and the next part what I'm going to do is I will take a digest node, and let me write as account external. Okay, fine. And the connection node will be Salesforce external. My object will be account, and my fields will be ID, and it will be name. Fine. Let me click on create, and let me take one more digest node again. And here let me write account 𝑗𝑛𝐶. Fine. The connection will be 𝑗𝑛𝐶 org. This will be account. And here again, let me select ID. And also let me select the name. Okay, let me click on create. Now let us go for this append node. Okay, so I will just write append, and here I will just take all these three. Okay, I will come to this part later, allow disjoint schema, but for now it's not needed. But I will tell you what's the meaning of this at a later stage. And then after that, I will just create a data set where I will write append account example. Okay, and accounts, or let me write append accounts. Let's keep this short. Fine. Let's keep it in alias name. So alias will be underscore, source node will be append. Okay, and let me click on create. And now I will just update as well as run the data flow. And now in the meanwhile, so actually, let me just quickly tell you what this append node does. Basically, this append node, okay, when we say append, the meaning of append is just to combine the rows. Okay, combine rows from different database. Okay, it's simple as that. Just mention as combine rows, which means it just add the rows. So what it means is I will just bring my calculator very quickly here. So in the calculator, I will write 1003, isn't it? So 1003 is my records in my internal log. And here it is again 13 and 13. So 13 plus 13 is 26. So 1003 plus 26 gives you 1029. Okay, so 1029, that's the total number of records which I will be seeing when I open this particular data set. Okay, so this ran successfully, and now let me just quickly open this data set. So here I will just go to, I, I mean, let me refresh this once. And here I will search with this name. Okay, for some reason it's not coming. Let me refresh once again. Let me now search here. Okay, now if I open this, you see that's the total number of records. If you hover over it, it's showing 1029, and that is what I got over here as well. Okay, so that's the whole thing about this append node. Fine. So firstly, what I did, I just connected one org, one more external org. And after that, I had just taken the internal log over here, and I have taken the external log and created one more via the digest node, and I just appended these three. Okay, so under append, you get this three option, and I just appended and I finally register. And after that, I get to see the total. Fine. So if you see the ID, it will show you all the ID as well over here. Okay. So yeah, that's the whole thing about this append node. And probably we can also do this on the recipe side. Okay, and mhm, we will cover this recipe section in the next session. That's fine. But yeah, I hope you got an idea on this, and that's it about this video. Today we learned a new concept of append. And if you have liked this video, then please definitely do like, share, and subscribe. Meet you very soon in the next video.